Kanye West is an incredible artist. I know music is subjective and everything, but I think it's tough to argue Kanye's greatness and legacy in the hip-hop industry. Commercially and critically speaking, it's rare that he ever flops when releasing an album. That being said, I want to discuss a part of Kanye's music that I think has been lacking over the past few years. When Ye first started releasing studio albums, his rapping was top-notch. While he was also known for being an incredible producer, making some of the best beats hip-hop had seen in years, his bars were just as good. 2004's The College Dropout, Kanye's first studio album, is a staple when it comes to the conversation of best rap albums of all time. Kanye's lyrics tackle heavy topics such as family, racism, religion, materialism, and higher education. The production used plenty of soul and R&B samples, often speeding them up, shifting the pitches, and creating what has been called chipmunk soul. Fantastic features come in the forms of Jay-Z, Mos Def, Selena Johnson, and more. I mention all of these things because there are plenty of reasons to love The College Dropout, but above all else, this is a hip-hop album, and if this is going to be regarded as an all-time great, Kanye's rapping has to be up to par, and it certainly is. From Get 'Em High,
my flow is in the pocket like Wallace. I got the bounce like hydraulics. I can't call it. I got the swirl like alcohol.
To Jesus Walks,
when my feet get weary, cause we're the almost nearly extinct. We rappers as role models. We rap, we don't.
And Last Call.
Killing y'all niggas on that lyrical shit. Mayonnaise color bins. I push miracle whips and I am.
You could go through The College Dropout and pick out great verses from Kanye on almost every track. The flows were impressive, the lyrics were deep, and if they weren't deep, then at least they were clever. While Kanye was putting so much time and effort into every aspect of The College Dropout, it was clear that his verses were a top priority. Now let's fast forward to 2010's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think this was a big turning point for Kanye and his music, but let's take a step back for a second. Throughout his first 4 albums, I think the bars pretty much became less important to Kanye over time. Personally, I'd say College Dropout and Late Registration have a pretty equal quality of rapping, it's just a matter of personal choice. But then Graduation became a lot more about creating these huge anthems, trading in a little bit of the quality of rapping in exchange for a more accessible and radio-friendly sound. Then 808s threw the rapping out of the window as Kanye created these desolate electropop and R&B tracks. I want to make things clear, I love all of these albums. Different isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think they're all perfect in their own ways. But the point I'm trying to make is this: as Kanye became more of a force in the industry, the overall sound, story, and creation of these hugely successful and influential albums became his main focus, not the rapping. Now this is where My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy comes in. Personally, I think this is Kanye's highest peak because it's the perfect blend of what made him great from the start, incredible rapping and production, and also this new role he's taken on as a musical CEO of sorts. Instead of focusing on great flows, lyrics, and verses for himself like on his first 2 albums, each new project became its own business, and Kanye was in charge of operations. He would oversee some of the best producers on earth and tinker with songs when need be. He brought in countless artists to create some of the most memorable hip-hop features of all time. The samples were more obscure than ever, there was a huge variety of different themes across the album. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a mammoth of pop culture, art, and music, and it's shocking to me that Kanye was still able to bring incredible verses to the table. From Gorgeous,
Is hip-hop just a euphemism for a new religion? The soul music of the slaves that the youth is missing?
to Dark Fantasy,
We start the memory, we spark the soul and rebuild the energy. We stop the ignorance, we kill the enemy.
and Power.
With these responsibilities that they entrusted me as I look down at my diamond encrusted.
Since then, however, and let me reiterate that it's not necessarily a bad thing, I think Kanye's CEO mentality has overpowered his desire to bring great verses to the table. With his next 3 solo ventures, I think it's more about the spectacle of the album as a whole, rather than focusing on his rapping. With Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, and Ye, we've gotten some incredibly inventive albums. He's exploring new sounds, taking up-and-coming artists under his wing, and he's redefining how to roll out an album's release. But as I said before, I think all of this stuff takes away from Kanye's verses. That is until Kanye's collaborative album with Kid Cudi, Kids See Ghosts, dropped the other day. This album has a couple of Kanye's best verses in a very long time. Specifically, the reason why I made this video is because of Kanye's verse on the song Kids See Ghosts. As soon as this song started, I had a feeling it was going to be special. It's this immersive beat that makes me feel like I'm on the title screen of a spy video game set in the jungle. I know that's pretty oddly specific, but I'm pretty dead set on that comparison. We soon get the admittedly repetitive chorus from Yasin Bey, but it still sounds great with his delivery. We get a solid verse from Kid Cudi, which is a video for another day because a good verse from him has also been pretty few and far between lately. Cudi does the chorus this time, and then we get Kanye's verse.
Well, it took me long enough to rap on this, strong enough, pay this shit just gon' give up, cause Jay just gon' live up to everything that's...
Hearing this literally made me cheer. I haven't seen Kanye so inspired to deliver such a hard-hitting, clever verse in such a long time. His flow is fantastic, some of the lines are hilariously braggadocious, and it brought me back to his earlier days. There's raw passion here. It's honestly thrilling to see Kanye deliver such a great verse, and I hope to see him continue this trend in the future. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. If you want to follow my social media, the links are down below. You can also donate to my Patreon, help the show, and get some cool rewards if you click the link on the screen. And I sell merch at tpublic.com/user/alphomedia. Thanks for watching, and always forward.